So, I was having a conversation with one of my autistic friends that I play RuneScape with, and we go pretty in depth on a lot of different concepts and topics and stuff like that. Like, I'm not specifically autistic, but sometimes, a lot of the time, I question if I'm someone on the spectrum just because of the way that I operate, the way that I kind of speak, and the way that I observe a lot of things. Um, there's a lot of talk about neurodivergent and neurotypical and stuff like that, but I try not to get too involved with those two things specifically because it's kind of within the black pill territory, and I don't want to like self identify with these types of things and then be like, oh, if I'm like neurodivergent, I'm like at a disadvantage because the society is so neurotypical oriented and some other bullshit like that. Like, I do kind of agree that society is a little bit more neurotypical, but it's not like an, OVA, like an over, or like, it's not over because society is more neurotypical. If anything, like some of the greatest people in the world are more neurodivergent. Like, I don't know. I just think those two things are like stupid to begin with because people, rather than just, you know, understanding what they both are, they like identify with it, and then it's like, oh, I'm this, so it's like over. It's like, what? That doesn't make any fucking sense. So like, even when I'm talking about being diagnosed on, possibly being on the spectrum, I'm not like indulged in it because I don't want to start believing things that aren't true, right? I'm not going to be like, "Oh, I'm autistic, so it's over," or "I'm this, so it's over." It's like I even if I am something and I do get proper testing or whatever, you just find ways to like manage with it. It's like having a pain in your shoulder or something. You learn to manage with it. You learn to deal with it. You learn to process with it. Shit like that. So we're talking about me and my buddy were talking about all these different concepts, and we were talking about how people act on like impulse, and everybody's like really self-critical towards things. So like, I don't know if you guys play a lot of video games, but if you're like playing doing like a raid and you make one mistake, people are like on your ass, and it's like the end of the fucking world. And I get it because some people can like overthrow the whole raid if they don't do like the special abilities or if they don't proc something at the right time. Like, my main point is like, I just feel like it's like this with everything. Like, maybe I just don't care enough, and I think that's my problem with a lot of things is I just physically and mentally don't care enough. So my friend, all he does is like bitch about his fucking shitty ass job every fucking day, every night. And I listen to him, he's cool, he listens to my issues or whatever. But he's like, oh man, you need to like get out there, bro, and you need to get doing something, and you need to do what's best for you. And I'm like, yeah, like I totally like understand what you mean. I'm neat, but I take things into consideration. I'm not gonna act arrogant and act like I know everything just because I don't particularly want to work at a job, right? But he thinks like getting a job and being wagey is going to fix my problems that I have. Not that I have a lot of really problems to begin with, but he acts like being a Neet is some sort of like fucking disease. He's like, oh, dude, all you do is like sit on 4chan and Reddit and all this stuff, and you're consuming all these types of medias, and it's terrible for your brain, and it's brain rot. And I don't know. I think people that are indulged in this content, like Neets, not all Neets, but we generally know how to handle this stuff. We have the calluses to kind of deal with being on Reddit and the internet and all this other bullshit. Like, people that can't handle this stuff is like my mother or something. There's certain people that can't handle this type of information all day, every day. Like, it's not good for anybody, but we're a little bit more calloused up. We have the tolerance to deal with these types of things and this type of information. I could watch a million uh, things on 4chan or whatever, log off of the internet, and I like literally forget half of it, if not more. unless it's brought up in discussion, and I'm not even affected by it, right? I just read it. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, somebody like my mother, she read something online. She'd be like, oh my God, this is terrible. And people, they have anxiety and they freak out and it's like the end of the world. Like, I'm chill. Like, when I read shit on the internet, even in my own videos, comments, Reddit, whatever, I'm tame. So, like, that's how I am with things in life too. Like, I try to have the most appropriate approach, calm. I do act on impulse every once in a while, but that's something that I've worked on for years to kind of try to unwire myself because I don't want to go into a huge amount of detail, but they or society in general kind of want you to act on this impulse all the fucking time, whether it's with working, whether it's like with arguments. People want you to like take sides and all this other bullshit. Like, dude, like I just don't fucking care. You get like punished for thinking and saying things that you believe. It's like people just think it's like the most odd thing. So, at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck. People can tell me whatever the fuck they want. Some things are going to affect me. We're human at the end of the day, whatever. But if I say, a concept like, oh, Neets don't want to work, somebody's out there is going to be like, oh, well, you're just a glorified bum, and Neets is just another way to glorify unemployment and all this other bullshit, right? But, like, to me, it's just not that, it's just not that deep. I'm like, oh, okay, that's how you feel, that's how you think, that's cool. Like, it's not a big deal, but to them, it's like this big, grand paragraph, and it's this huge fucking deal. Different people value different things, I get that. And you're welcome to say things like that too, but if I just don't care about it, I really don't have anything else to say. So, again, back to my main point, my buddy was talking about his job, talking about how working is gonna create all these opportunities for me. And he's like, dude, you've been stuck. You've been stuck for years. You're just sitting in your chair all day. You just consume 4chan and all this other bullshit. And like, dude, bro, like you need to like get your license. I don't drive. I am 26. I'm kind of ashamed of that. I got my temporary when I was like 18, and then I just never followed up with the driving instructor because I don't know. I was like playing like Black Ops 3, and I have like really bad driving anxiety and shit. I just never. I just kept pushing it back. But that's like a me thing. And he's like, bro, like you just listen. Like you're gonna go out. You're gonna get your license. We're gonna get you like a girl. We're gonna like do this. You're gonna get like part time at like Walmart, and like your whole life's gonna change. And I'm like, your life changes if you're more like normie oriented, right? For needs, we've either already been through the slop or doing things that regular people essentially do, I guess you could say normies in this situation, aren't really gonna change our fucking case. Everybody always told me that my life is gonna magically change when I meet the one and I do this and I do that. And I've done all this bullshit and it's done absolutely fucking nothing for me. At all. Like I feel worse. I feel terrible. I might be productive and up for the morning and I get my shower and stuff and that's cool. Like I have more of a routine. It helps force that kind of stuff. But if I can kind of force a routine into Needham, then I'm like completely fine. I'm just chilling in my room. Like people act like just this isolation is some sort of curse. Like you're just mentally ill or whatever. And that's why I feel even guilty for sometimes questioning if I'm on the spectrum. Excuse me. Expect. Hold on. I sometimes question if I'm on the spectrum because people they'll tell me this shit. They're like, oh, you should be like mentally ill. You might be on the spectrum if you just sit in your house all day, and you like start to believe this stuff. But due to childhood and all this other crap, like I think it'd be a good idea to maybe get tested. Will I go to get tested? Well, probably not, because I have to get some decent insurance. Ever since I was 26, I was thrown off my insurance, and things changed and stuff like that. So I've been avoiding doctors and shit like that. Luckily, I don't have anything that I have to go to the doctor for, but like Like, I don't want to pay money to go get tested. Like, it just seems like a waste of money unless I was like extremely mentally ill or like I had bad physical pain or something, like going to the doctor and stuff. Isn't it crazy that like things are so money oriented that like I avoid going to the doctor as much as possible, even though I should for like checkups because of money and like money oriented things or like in insurance policies. Like if I pay out of pocket, I have to pay all this fucking money before I go to the doctor because I'm not covered by insurance. It's just all a bunch of fucking bullshit. So yeah, dude, like I don't know, I just don't get it, man. Like I'm con I'm content with this. Like I think this is great. Like the isolation is awesome. Like when I try to do all these things that people tell me, it doesn't do anything for me. Um, all the stepping stones and society's so fucking competitive in general. A Neet that's on ground, let's just say zero. I don't want to say that I'm a zero, but I'm in my room. I've been isolated. I'm nearly hikikomori. I would say I'm more on the hickey side. I've been isolated for years. You take a Neet, you throw him into society. He goes up, 2, 3 steps, but like the average normie is already like gone through the pain and terror and they went through all these different jobs and they have all these different things on their CV. The normie tries, but I'm sorry, the Neet tries, but it's just absolutely nothing compared to the normie that's already like more conditioned to kind of do these things. So the Neet just kind of either goes back to being a Neet or like the isolation, because if the Neet even tries, the effort isn't worth it because the normie is conditioned to go through all this bullshit and has all this trial and error experience or whatever. It's like, what the fuck is the point? It's like, why would the Neet go out and work at Walmart and have anxiety or amplify their problems or make the attempt when they could just chill at home and just not deal with it, right? The only conclusion I could come up with the Neet going to Walmart is they have no other choice, or they're literally forced by family, or they they just want like a chill, simple job, whatever the case may be, right? But yeah, it's just, ah, man, like to me, it's just not that crazy. Like normies just freak the fuck out if you're not doing something, man, because they're just in this competitive loop all the time. Like, oh, bro, let's gotta do something. Gotta get out there. Gotta go to the gym, bro. Like, why are you going to the gym? Like, don't you want to talk to chicks? Don't you want to do this? I'm like, I don't fucking care. Like, if I want to do these things, then I will go out and do these things. It's not this big grand scheme of competition. It's not that serious. If I want to go to the gym, I'll go to the gym. If I want to go to work, I can get up and fucking go to work. I have the safety net. I have things in place. I'm just going to chill, do my own thing, and call it a fucking day. That's it. It's not like this grand fucking thing. I'm not going to mope about it. I'm tired of the Neet mope. I'll make videos like this. Constructive criticism towards myself as well, just to give myself a little bit more of accountability because I do need to stop rotting. I do rot quite a bit. I get these bad depressive crashes and stuff like that, but, it's nothing I really can't handle. It's just something I've dealt with for my life, my whole life, and I don't know. Just the way that I embrace things are okay. Like I'll find a way. That's just the only answer I really have. There's no bitching. There's no moping. Um, the other day I made a video about that too. I'll talk like that. I'll have my moment, but I'm not gonna be on fucking Reddit typing paragraphs about how my life is so terrible. It's like if I just choose to rot, that's my fucking choice. There's nothing more to it. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and upload this one, and then I have another video idea that I want to do as well. So I'll probably upload that, maybe in a couple days or so. So I'll see you guys later.